on popular demand concerning surrogacy from my followers and friends, I did meet fit to make this video to tell us more about surrogacy. Recently, Nancy May, the senior sister to Cora Obidi, the singing dancing princess all the way from motherland, she had her baby through surrogacy, and a lot of questions kept popping on. Um, Let me shock you with this. Surrogacy is not something that is new, and a lot of people have gone through that. They've had their baby through that process, but they don't want to make it open based on the reasons best known to them. And then this person, she accepted it the way it is because she had her baby, and that's her baby, and she's proud of it. So that's why everybody got to know about um, that she had her baby through surrogacy. So I want to talk about what surrogacy is all about. Yes, because there are a lot of misconceptions that are already flying on the air concerning surrogacy. And let me start with this statement: there is nothing wrong with surrogacy. Absolutely nothing. There is nothing wrong with that, okay? If you are opportune to have your baby through natural means of conception, you are blessed. Okay, some individuals who cannot conceive through that, this is a very good option for them. So I thank God, I thank technology and science for making this thing possible, making it possible for them to have their babies this way. There's nothing wrong with that. So what is surrogacy? Surrogacy is just a means of conception as well, or a means of having your child whereby a carrier, also known as surrogate mother, helps to carry your baby to term. There are various types of surrogacy. I will talk about that later. So, in surrogacy, what is really needed is the womb of the surrogate mother. The womb acts as an incubator for that baby till term. Okay? So, I would say that surrogacy is actually a complex process. Complex in the sense that it's not something that is not achievable. It can be achieved. It's achieved at least. Nancy was able to do that. But it's better you know what you are going into and the things you need to know before you can, do that. So it requires legal considerations, medical considerations, your emotional considerations, and then financial consideration because it's expensive, but it's something you can do, all right? So that's just it. What I mean by psychological or considerations is that you need to check, can you be able to, accept someone else carry your baby for you and all that? And while you are being checked or evaluated, the surrogate mother should be evaluated on that. Then you check your pocket. Can I be able to do this? Can I afford this? That's the financial consideration. Then your health. If you cannot be able to carry a baby, if carrying a pregnancy can pose a risk for you and your child, you can go for surrogacy. Okay. So, what are types of surrogacy? There are basically, I will just talk about the two types. One is gestational surrogacy, and the other one is traditional surrogacy. Um, Gestational surrogacy is a type of surrogacy whereby the surrogate mother is not genetically related to the baby she's carrying. What I mean by this is she didn't donate her egg. It was just the intending couples that donated the egg and the sperm, which was used to fertilize the embryo she's carrying. Okay, so she's not genetically related to the baby. She's just housing the baby. She didn't donate her egg. Okay, she's just housing the baby. She didn't donate her egg. Okay, that is gestational surrogacy. This gestational surrogacy is well recommended because there is less chances of legal implications. You know what I mean by legal implications? Because this child is not really related to the surrogate mother. Okay, she didn't donate her egg, so there is less chances of um she coming back, to claim the baby, and that's what Nancy did is gestational surrogacy, because that's her egg and that's the husband's sperm that was used to fertilize the baby. Okay, so if she goes for DNA, it's obvious. It will show that this is her child, this is her egg, this is her husband's spermatozoa. Okay, so this gestational surrogacy is what I strongly recommend, and that is what most people are practicing. Someone asked a question and it was funny. She said, does it mean that um how do the surrogate mother then get pregnant? A lot of people will be thinking that the husband of the intending couple will knock the woman or sleep with her to get her pregnant, but it's nothing related to that. Okay, so what happens is that this baby is implanted through the process called IVF, that's in vitro fertilization. That is what is being done. There is no sort of knacking or anything whatsoever. So it's just embryo transfer. And a lot of people will be wondering, am I a candidate of surrogacy? What should I do? Do I fall in here? If you have this kind of conditions, if you fall into this category of people that I'm about to mention, you can try surrogacy. I think there was a time I recommended surrogacy for a patient. This my patient, she has had series of miscarriages, and in that condition, we term it habitual abortion. Habitual in the sense that she has lost more than 5 pregnancies, and that makes it habitual. Okay, so this kind of miscarriage is what you encourage people to go for surrogacy, because it's obvious she cannot house a baby. Do you understand? It's obvious she cannot house a baby because of her condition. She had chronic hypertension, and whenever she gets pregnant, even on drugs, series of antihypertensive drugs, she will end up having preeclampsia, and if care is not taking eclampsia and all that, and she'll end up losing the baby again. So I suggested she should go for surrogacy, because it's not as if she's not getting pregnant. She is. She gets pregnant easily, but the problem is carrying that baby to term because of her condition. So if you fall within this category, you should give surrogacy a try. Okay, give it a try. All right, there's nothing wrong with surrogacy. Give it a try. Then if you have some condition, like if you're a sickle cell patient, maybe you have sickle cell anemia, because of crisis, because most times pregnancy stress and all that induces crisis in them, they'll be having crisis. Okay, so in such situation, you can try surrogacy as well. Then problem of infertility. If a woman is having issues, maybe the egg they are not viable, the sperm of the husband is not, maybe there is azoospermia and all that, it cannot be able to pregnant. We have sperm donors, we have egg donors. They can donate for you people, and you use that for surrogacy. Okay, so that is it. So whichever one, some individuals, because of aesthetic purposes, they don't want to lose their shape. They still want to maintain their figure. They don't want to lose their shape. Maybe all those models, they might decide to go for surrogacy. What they need to do is just to donate their egg and the sperm of their couple, of their partner, and they will have their baby through surrogacy just to maintain their shape. People go for it. Okay, there's nothing wrong with surrogacy. So what are the needed steps one needs to follow when you want to go for surrogacy? Number one is to identify surrogacy agency. They have a lot of agencies about surrogacy. This one on the screen was the one Nancy used. Okay, Nancy May used to have her baby. Is one of the agencies. Okay, you can meet those agencies. They will discuss with you, tell you what is involved in the whole process, the amount and all that. Then they will equally help you to select a carrier. That's the surrogate mother that will carry the baby. They will match um the carrier for you, okay? And afterwards, once you've chosen a carrier, someone that you want to carry your baby for you, they will equally sign a contract. This is a very sensitive topic or a sensitive issue that shouldn't be handled carelessly. There should be, documents, signing, agreements. Okay, that's the legal consideration I talked about earlier. So you sign a contract between you, the hospital. I think a lawyer will be involved as well, and then the carrier too. All those things being equal, having done that, the next thing they will do is for them to, commence screenings. They will screen the carrier to know if there is any health challenges, anything that could impede the process. If all things being equal, they will commence the IVF treatment on the carrier. Okay. And if you've already chosen to, lactate your baby when you have the child, they will start then to, stimulate, all those stuffs like that. Lactation with hormones so that you can be able to breastfeed even though you didn't carry the child to term. We call it induced lactation. So once they've commenced treatment on the carrier, all things being equal, they will now implant the embryo. Okay, they call it embryo transfer, and this process is known as in vitro fertilization. That's IVF. So what they do is the egg of the woman and the husband's spermatozoa will be used to fertilize. Will now implant the embryo. That embryo transfer will be done, and is a process of introducing that baby into the womb of the surrogate mother. That's the carrier. Okay, just a process of implantation. Okay, that is what happens, and then the surrogate mother will now carry that baby to term, to pregnant them, to labor, depending. Most times they deliver that baby through cesarean section. Most times through cesarean section, but it depends on the agreement anyway. So once the child is delivered, the intending couples will have their baby. The baby will be handed over to those parents, okay, based on agreements. And that surrogate mother wouldn't be, would not breastfeed the child to avoid bonding with that child. Okay? So that is what surrogacy is all about. You see, and I forgot to mention that another candidate for surrogacy is people that maybe they had issues and they have their womb got removed. Maybe someone that has fibroid, and there was Asherman syndrome, that's adhesions, the uterine walls come together and all that. Maybe gross complications that couldn't be managed. Or maybe she had a baby, maybe her first child or second child, and there was a case of postpartum hemorrhage, and which could not be controlled. The bleeding could not be controlled, and at the end of the day, the uterus was removed. We call it hysterectomy. In such um, condition situation, surrogacy is recommended, because although the woman doesn't have the uterus again, she still have eggs. Even if she doesn't have eggs again, maybe the ovaries are, oh no, the eggs are not okay, someone can donate for her. Okay, we call it egg donors. We have various egg donors. We have sperm donors, and they make huge amounts of money from that. So you should consider donating your egg or your sperm, yeah, to help save infertile couples. To help them to put smiles on their faces, you can donate. Okay, then let me end by saying this: if the people that are candidates for being a surrogate mother, they are those people that have had series of, they've had their children, they've had enough children. Assuming now, if I want to be a surrogate mother, okay, I might have had the number of babies that I want. Maybe I want to have like 2 or 3 babies. I've had them before I would consider going for surrogacy. Okay, uh So they know why they are doing all those things to avoid someone coming later to come and claim a child and all that. Even if you do DNA, as far as you didn't donate that egg, belongs to those parents. So I really thank God and science for putting smiles on people's faces. So if God blessed you through natural conception, congratulations. If you are unable to conceive through that and IVF surrogacy happens to be your only option, congratulations. Okay, you are still a mother. All right, there is nothing more, nothing less. You are a mother, and I wish you success in your surrogacy journey. Whenever you choose to embark on that, I wish you success. So subsequently expect video from me on induced lactation, because people will be wondering how can someone who doesn't carry a baby to term will be breastfeeding the child. Induced lactation is possible.